Welcome to another episode of Ordinary People with Extraordinary Stories. I'm Fran, one half of the corporate breakout couple. In the previous episode, we interviewed Gary, a Singaporean who early retired and relocated to New Zealand with his family. In today's exciting episode, we are interviewing his wife Lena and his daughter Weiyin. Lena will be sharing with you how it felt like giving up her high-flying corporate career, her fears, and how's it like moving to New Zealand with her family. And Weiyin will share with you how is it like being in New Zealand, studying there as a young child, making friends, and much, much more. We would appreciate it if you give this video a like and subscribe to our channel to join our YouTube family. I'm sitting here having drinks with a beautiful mother-daughter duo, Lena and Weiyin.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Lena, can you share with us a little bit about your background?
I'm Lena. I'm 55 years old. I retired when I was 40.
Okay.
Yeah, and my last job was a national sales manager.
Okay.
Working in a multinational company. And after I quit my job, I set up my own company dealing with industrial cleaning sales and chemical sales. And I have two children. My daughter is a vet. She's 26, and my son is 21, second year in the NUS University.
Fantastic. And if I'm not mistaken, you were both Malaysian. You and Gary were both Malaysians.
Yes.
Then you all became Singaporeans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then the exciting part was you moved your entire family to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
That was in 2012.
Okay.
That was about 10 to 11 years since we moved there.
Fantastic. When I first got to know you and Gary, right, what I was so amazed by is both of you had this fearless attitude of just do it. So, because you retired early and then you relocated to New Zealand with your two young children.
Yeah.
Can you share more about this fearless attitude and your experience?
Okay, actually, I have no fear at all. Because more like excitement, because I leave all the financial planning to Gary, so I trust him. So he always manage the finance very well. So more excitement than fear to me. So reason we moved there also because in 2011 we decided to have a holiday in New Zealand. We went over, and the moment we touched down in New Zealand, I was so in love with the country. It's so beautiful. The weather is so nice, so cooling. The air is so fresh. So my children also love it. So, and we like the nature a lot. So when we came back from the holiday, we keep bugging my husband to move there immediately. We want to live there. So every day we keep making noise to him. Let's move now. So at the end, within 6 to 8 months, we packed everything. He left his job, and we just take our bag and move to New Zealand.
Exactly. So this impromptu but yet planned action from the two of you, right, and pack your bags, pack your entire family and move countries is amazing, because I can guarantee you, Lena, not many people would have the guts to do what you guys did.
Correct. Actually, another reason is also because we are so brave to move there. Is also we have planned long time ago. We want our children to study overseas, higher education. So, if we are foreigners, we will have to pay international fees, which is very, very expensive. So if we move there, we become a resident. So we only pay like less than 1/3 the fees. So that is also part of our plan. And also another thing is, I feel that education in Asia is too rigid. And also hard work, they focus on hard work, exam and all that. Whereas Western, education, you actually are more towards project-based, learning, you use your left and right brain, is very balanced. So yeah, that's also one of the reasons, I want to bring them over.
Weiyin, now I'm very interested. You know, when your parents first informed you and your brother that you guys were moving to New Zealand, how did you feel?
Oh, very, very happy. Because ever since when I was very, very small,
Okay.
I always wanted to move to a country with 4 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say winter, autumn is like my favorite season.
In New Zealand.
Yeah, in New Zealand. Or any other 4 season country, I would say.
And your brother as well, because he's not here?
Yeah, he was also really excited. And I remember every day my dad would send me to school, and then I would ask him, Daddy, when are we moving to New Zealand? Like every single day.
And 6 to 10 months later, you guys did it.
Yeah. So it was great.
Can you share with us your experience studying in New Zealand?
Yes, can. So when we moved to New Zealand, I was about 14 years old, and I was supposed to be in year 10, but they made me do like a examination, and then they realized that my English was actually good enough to be put in year 11. So in year 11, 12, and 13 is what we call the NCEA, level
Okay.
1, 2, and 3. So it's like a high school leaving examination.
Okay.
So it was quite scary at first because I just moved to New Zealand and then like being told that, I need to do this big, massive exam. But otherwise, it wasn't so bad. I remember my very first day, they put me with what we call buddy. So they do like the buddy system where my buddy will show me around the school and all that. And I was actually quite surprised because they were very, very friendly. Even my dean was also very friendly. I had such a lovely dean to talk to, and whenever I have issues with anything, even like schoolwork or with friends, and I can just go to her, and she makes me feel very comfortable being around.
Excellent. So would I say that, summarize it up, you enjoyed your study years in
I
New
would
Zealand?
say so. Very easy for me to make friends. So yeah, within like the first week, I already have friends that I can hang out with, talk to.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And it wasn't such a huge cultural shock, I would say, because also have a lot of Asians.
Okay, so you assimilated very well into New Zealand school life.
Yeah. It was really multicultural.
Oh. Coming back to Lena, right? What was your first experience when you first early retired?
When I first retired, I moved to Singapore, and I stopped working completely. So initially I felt lost, very sad, depressed, and I felt very useless. So that was quite a while.
Yep.
After that, I started to realize, that retired is so fun because I get to spend a lot of time with my children, and my relationship with my children are getting better and better. So I find it's good, and at the same time, I can get to do what I like to do, like baking, cooking. I have so much time to do baking and cooking, and also if I want to go out with friends, having coffee anytime at all, I can just walk out and go for coffee, So yeah, that is the feeling.
Just now you mentioned that when you stopped working, you felt lost, sad. What do you think was the reason?
Well, I guess because I felt that I lost my identity, and I was no longer a businesswoman. I used to dress up, nicely with high heels, makeup, meeting clients. I feel important. So, but when I stopped working,
Yep.
I felt like I'm useless. It's not me. Yeah.
And what was the turning point that you realized that, hey, life doesn't have to be this way?
Yeah, I actually, after a while, I have so much time, then I realized that, hey, actually, I can do so many things, with the free time, I can do whatever I want. Well, I can spend time with my children, I can do cooking, baking, I can meet my friends, and end of the day, if I decide I want to go back and work again, I just go back and work. Yeah, that's the fun of it.
So that's the power of choice,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yes,
So
correct.
do you now feel powerless or do you feel powerful?
I feel powerful.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Any regrets? You know, when you stopped being a businesswoman, you left the corporate world, making lots of money. Any regrets on that?
No, not at all. In fact, I should have done it earlier. Yeah, it's so fun to be with my children, and spending time. And in fact, lots of money to me is not that important because I live my life very simple. I don't need, fancy cars, fancy dress, or branded handbags. What I want is happiness. With my family, my children. We can go out together. Spend time together. That's the best. For me. Yeah.
What would be one of your fondest memories with your family in New Zealand?
Okay. Well, the best memory is tramping in the forest, and we get to have a salmon barbecue in the forest. That is fantastic.
And the salmon, Gary caught it.
Sometimes, he certain fish, salmon, kahawai, and many other type of fishes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and we love it. We always go tramping and picnic with our own barbecue and campfire. And sometimes I make satay, and we camping with a satay, in the forest. That was fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, you certainly cannot get this experience in Malaysia or Singapore, right?
No. And also, the best is the scenery, the weather, we get to see snow, it was fun, yeah. And for the fish, clams, abalones, in fact, you can just catch it out from the sea or river, and it's all free,
So you save money in the process.
Yes. You don't have to worry that you have no food to eat.
Weiyin, how was it like growing up with two parents who are early retired?
Oh, very, very good. Because we get so much time to spend together. Like me and my mom, we love to bake, we love to cook, try out different recipes. And I think my mom's already said that we like to go tramping and forest barbecuing and all that. So we just have a lot of time to spend together as a family. So, for example, on weekends, sometimes we drive down to Wellington, and then we'll try the different Malaysian foods there also, and go shopping together.
Wow, that's why I say mother-daughter duo. And I don't think it would have been so possible for you to spend so much time if they both were working.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we'll have this luxury as a family.
That's true.
Yeah.
Weiyin, so why did you come back to Singapore to practice your veterinary?
Okay, with that one, actually a very, very simple answer. I was going through final exams at the time, so towards the end of last year, and then my parents just suddenly told me like, hey, we're going back to Singapore.
Okay.
So find a job there. And so I was so busy with exams that I didn't really have the time to think about where I actually wanted to work.
Oh.
And so like all I wanted to was just to like pass exams and graduate, like that was my goal. So I just kind of agreed, and then I started applying for jobs in Singapore, and then once I got the first offer, then I just accepted it.
And how is it working in Singapore so far?
Yeah, great.
You love it?
I do like it here. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We do have nice clients, and yeah, I love their pets and animals.
Lastly, Lena, any advice to other parents who also might be thinking of doing what you guys are doing, relocating to a new country, or just trying new things?
Just do it, okay? As long as your financial plan are well planned, and your main intention is you want freedom, and you want to spend time with your children if you have children, don't think too much, just go ahead and do it, and you'll be right.
There you go, guys.
Okay.
So this is the entire interview with Lena and Weiyin. And yeah, it's true, sometimes the fears in your head will stop you, and most of the time they don't come true. So just go ahead, do it, take the plunge, and you'll create a brand new life for yourself. And that's it. I'm Fran from the Corporate Breakout Couple. This is the interview. Please give us a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks guys, bye.